Hi there. I'm Ashley Perret, CEO and founder of Own Your Worth. And I want to share with you today one of the biggest questions I've received since giving my Tedx Talk, How to Have Your Cake and Negotiate Too. The question that I now get even more, way more than I used to get, is, hey Ashley, isn't negotiating risky? And the short answer of that is yes, negotiating is risky. But the longer answer to that question is, right, if you don't negotiate, what are you leaving on the table? And if you don't negotiate, right, what are you not understanding or finding out about your future potential employer? So I believe negotiating and negotiation skills are a crucial leadership skill that helps break the glass ceiling. So if you have received a job offer in your past and have not negotiated, how did you feel, right, a year into your company and your organization and your role, right, when you found out maybe what your peers were making, or that other people negotiated, or that your role actually was 2 or 3 times larger than you expected, right? The reason that many of us shy away from negotiating is because there's a big fear out there that if you negotiate during a job offer process, you risk losing a job offer. So that's one of the biggest fears I hear from people when they share why they maybe haven't negotiated in the past. And yes, that is a potential risk, but in my experience, not only working with HR, but also with my clients over the past several years, that risk is very, very low. Companies actually expect you to negotiate. And so what happens is if you don't ask, if you don't take that risk to find out, right, whether or not your company or future company is willing to give you a great package that makes not only you feel great, but also the employer feel great because you're going to say yes to their offer, then, right, you risk a lot of potential resentment in joining that organization. And the risk here is that if HR or the hiring manager were to pull the offer because you negotiated, and I've seen this only once with one of my clients, you can actually thank that company, right? Because if you were to say yes to an organization that was not willing to negotiate with you, or that pulled an offer just because you negotiated, it actually says a lot more about that organization and the culture and the potential person you're negotiating with than it says about you. So yes, negotiation can be risky, but I believe it's a risk worth taking, right? This is a leadership skill that's going to help you understand what that future potential employer is really all about. You'll find out during the negotiation process how they treat their employees. You'll find out more about the organization's pay philosophy. Even if you hear, no, there's nothing else we can do, this is the best and final offer, you can ask questions about, tell me more about your merit review process. Right? How are the salary bands organized within your organization? Where do I fall in the range of salary band that I've been placed in? So getting to a yes agreement, whether you say yes to an organization or not, getting to that yes requires you to negotiate. And at the very least, you can start building a relationship with your future boss and future HR team right from the very beginning. So negotiating is risky. As I mentioned in my Tedx Talk, you have to be willing to walk away if you're going to ask for what you want. But it's totally worth it because the alternative is potential resentment, frustration, right? And if you don't negotiate from the beginning, think about how much harder it's going to be for you to self-advocate when you're internal to the organization. So negotiation skills are built by practicing them. It may never feel great or comfortable or not scary to you, but it still means that you can take that risk, ask for what you want, and get a better understanding of how you're going to be paid and assessed and valued at your potential future company. So here's to negotiating, and here's to owning your worth.